So in this video, we're going to do a little test. Now, more and more these days, I'm doing a lot more video work and it's still very new to me. So I'm trying to find ways I can improve my workflow and get the best quality video I can on what is ostensibly a hybrid camera in the A7 IV. It's not quite where you want to be when it comes to like the A7S III, or there's certainly not the FX3 or FX30, but the video quality is better than the A7 III. The compromise is the photographs aren't as good on like the A7S III, in my opinion. So a hybrid camera like this, that does everything I need to do in this new sort of world of content creation that I'm now currently in, is perfect for what I need. This studio that we're in is predominantly a photography studio, and the room is not treated at all for audio. So when I'm doing my YouTube videos in the past, I've used a podcast mic kind of thing, so a USB condenser mic, and played around in post in Final Cut with using the voice isolation, and it's kind of led it to be really almost a bit robotic, and I like a really clean, warm sound. But the caveat is that it just doesn't sound too great, in my opinion, or what I'm trying to get to. Now, I could go out and spend loads of money on microphones. I could go and spend money on a Shure podcast mic, or really sort of, splash out on an audio mixer and things like that. I tend to just record straight into Logic and take that track out and go into Final Cut, sync the audio with the camera, and then play around with the audio a little bit. Because Final Cut does a really good job of syncing audio together. And for the most part, Final Cut does actually do a decent job with voice isolation. It's just a little bit too, I don't know, tinny for me. It's not quite where I want it to be. However, recently, Adobe had launched their newer version of the voice enhancer on their website. Now, if you have an Adobe subscription, like obviously I do because I use Lightroom and I use Photoshop, I have that premium subscription that lets me use bigger tracks and movie files and longer tracks, and I can bulk upload, but there is a free version as well. So in this room right now, the heater is on over there. It's very tinny, it's very echoey in this room. It's not, like I said, set up for audio, but the quality that you get from this enhancer is something like I've not seen before. It's literally saved videos for me, and it's saved reels that I thought, I don't know if we can get away with this. We'll have to subtitle it because the audio's not great, or the subject wasn't quite talking into the microphone, or the head was down and we were using a microphone above them. Microphones I'm using for this video is not the podcast mic, it's not the USB mic going into Logic, it's literally this Rode Video Go 2, which for the money is an incredible microphone anyway. Really good audio, really impressed with what I've used from that so far. That's going into DJI Mic 2 transmitter, then going straight into the camera. So all this audio is just feeding straight into this video. So how does it work? It's quite simple. So my workflow for it, and I will always caveat this with, there are probably easier ways to do this, is I first detach my audio in Final Cut and then export just the audio itself, just so I know the parameters of the track are there, just in case I've gone in and I've cleaned bits up. I know the audio that I'm going to extract and enhance in Adobe is going to match perfectly with the original audio that's in there. So it's literally just a case of going into your settings when you go to export and just choosing audio only. And that audio only will just literally do that. It'll export it as a very small file, probably around 7 megabyte for this sort of 3.5 minute video. Once you've exported it, head over to the website, which is podcast.adobe.com. Sign in if you have or not already. You can use it for free, but the length of the video or the length of the audio you're enhancing won't be long. There's some features that you won't get because of that, but the premium access is worth it, especially if you already are an Adobe user and you're using Adobe. It works pretty well. Head down to go to Enhance Speech. There's one I did earlier, and you literally choose the file and you can choose the strength of how much it's having an effect, basically. So it gives you a 90%. Obviously, you can go up to 100. The more you drag down, the more of the background and the audible parts of the room you're in or the space you're in is going to be more, you're going to hear it more. So I went for around 80%, just so it's not too, what I find is it's a little muffled, so it's a little bit like too studio-y, and I wanted a little bit of noise in there because it just livens things up a little bit. So I went for like 80%, so there's still a little bit of reverb coming from the room. Once you've done that, literally download it, and in your downloads, you just head back into your downloads, and then you can bring that audio in and literally put it underneath your original audio and then replace it with the one you've got. And that's it. It's fairly simple to use. It's enhanced my work quite a lot. It's saved videos for me. It's made things a lot easier when it comes to worrying about how the room is treated, or if it's not treated, or just the environment in, or even the microphones that I'm using. It's giving me that almost studio quality audio and really saved videos for me. As you'll probably see in a few future videos about some of the work I've been doing recently, it's definitely helped with those and just enhanced the quality completely of the overall video and not just the audio. So it's definitely something I recommend you check out. So that's it. Easy one today. Just gliding back into doing these YouTube videos. It's been a while. I know I did a little update the other week about where I'm at with them, and I just thought this is something that I think I should share because it's a great tool and I'm really happy with it. Bye.